All right, overall, good night. Brewers beat the Diamondbacks. Padres beat the Giants. Padres are back in this 4 seed in the wild card standings. Not great news. Mets won, Braves won, but the most important thing is Padres won and the D-backs lost. Wrap up show tonight, Friday night edition. Got a lot of people here tonight. We are in the home stretch. It is playoff baseball time. I consider the playoffs starting tonight. That's how I view it. Playoffs started tonight. If they go 10-5 in their final 15, to me, that 4 seed's locked up. And you're 1-0 in this 15 game stretch. This is the wrap up show. John is in the Bay right now. He actually is at the game tonight. He's going to be on the show. He will be on the show. I know he's taking a Bart back. So he's going to be on the show tonight. I don't know when, but in the meantime, it's a really good night for the Padres. Really, really good night for the Padres. Not the best night in the world because the Mets and the Braves still won, but you won, so it just kind of negated that, and your lead over the Mets stays the same. Same thing with the Braves, and the best part is the D-backs lost to Milwaukee, so that was great. And then the other part of the game that was probably to me obviously the win is the best part because of where they're at in the standings. Obviously, that's the most important thing. The way Dylan Cease pitched tonight, welcome back. Welcome back, Dylan Cease. That was a performance that we've been waiting for a little while now. And 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk. I think he had 1 walk tonight. No earned runs. Was beautiful. Was fantastic. I mean, it's Padres fans. You have to be through the roof right now with the way Dylan Cease pitched tonight. He was fantastic. Going into a postseason, if Dylan Cease had a 5 ERA heading to October, that doesn't really give you much confidence, especially if you're going to throw Dylan Cease out there in a game 1 or game 2. This Dylan Cease tonight, you get that in the postseason, this team is very, very scary. All right, so hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Guys, listen. We are so close to 7,000 subs. Like, we're knocking on the doorstep. We're 16 subs away. We got to hit the 7K sub mark tonight. If you have not already, we have over 200 plus people watching us right now. That thing's only going to go up. We're only 3 minutes into the show. Hit that like button, but more importantly, hit that subscribe button. Just do it. Click subscribe. Boom. Hit the notification button as well. You'll get notified for all of our live shows and videos that we drop. But we are very close to 7,000. We got to hit that tonight. We have to. We got to hit that tonight. Heading into a weekend. And by Monday, 7K subs has to happen. But Dylan Cease was fantastic. You picked up the win. And oh, by the way, Fernando Tatis Jr. is like officially back. He is officially back. He is right now, or he has right now hit a home run in 3 consecutive games. That's a great sign. He's hitting the ball hard. He's playing great defense. He looks healthy out there, even though we know he's like not fully healthy yet. But you get this Tatis. I mean, you get this Tatis and you get this Dylan Cease coupled with what Jackson Merrill does. Oh, by the way, that slump for Jackson Merrill, that lasted all of 2 games. With the Machado playing at the level he's playing at, hitting the ball hard all over the field. The bullpen pitching the way it has, scariest team in baseball to me, in my opinion. Scariest team in baseball. That's how I truly view it. I know a lot of Padres fans will be cautious and on edge, as you should. Everybody will be, because it's always like, when's the other shoe going to drop, right? But I truly feel that this team, the way it's constructed, is the scariest team in the National League, and maybe all of baseball. I truly believe that. Like, when they're clicking, you have Cease pitching like that. Toddy's back fully. Manny's playing at an MVP level. Jackson Merrill is just breaking rookie records left and right for this team. I mean, they might not win the division, but hey, here's the thing too that we haven't talked about yet. Dodgers lost tonight. So like when you think about just this weekend, take the rest of the 15 games and shrink it, right? Because this weekend is crucial. I mean, it is an important weekend all around. So Arizona lost, great. You won, great. Dodgers lost, great. Because you didn't lose any ground for Atlanta, okay? You gain ground on the Dodgers and you gain ground on Arizona. That is like, to me right now, like one of the best case scenarios for tonight. Best case scenario for tonight, being 4.5 back of the Dodgers with 14 now to play, kind of a pipe dream, probably. But, come Tuesday, Monday night, because the Dodgers have a 4-game series with Atlanta here, and you take care of business versus the Giants this weekend, you look up on Tuesday or wake up on Tuesday morning, and it's like, oh, we're 2 back or 2.5 back or whatever. Because I think the Padres, no, they do not have an off day Monday, so you would be. I mean, yeah, you could be within striking distance with 2 weeks to go. So, all in all, just a great night if you're a Padres fan. I see in the chat right now. By the way, get your super chats in. We'll get to all your super chats. I've got a lot of people in the chat as well. And make sure to hit that like button. And also, we are now, we're 15 away from 7,000 subs. So just hit that sub button, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell as well. We'll get to all your super chats today, and we'll get to comments as well. Where's John? Well, John is on his way. He is up in the Bay Area because he is calling the Aztecs Cal game, because I don't know if you guys knew this. He's the voice of San Diego State football. So he kind of goes wherever they go. He's up in the Bay Area, and he went to the game tonight. Got some garlic fries, told him he'd get some garlic fries. Hopefully he liked those. Yeah, Rich, they need Suarez tonight. Great. Got the extra run there in the off of Camilo Duvall. Luis Arraez had an amazing night again. The thing about Luis Arraez is this: if you are if you're like Mr. or Mrs. Advanced Analytic guy or girl, he's probably not your favorite player. But you got to watch him every single day to realize, like, this guy is super, super valuable. And he's also really freaking good. Him at the top of the lineup, never the stretch that he's in, never striking out. That is such a weapon in today's game, because that's a lost art. You don't find anybody in baseball. There's nobody else in baseball like Luis Arraez. That's why he's a weapon. Okay. You talk about Manny Machado. He's great. But there's guys that put up those numbers like Manny. Nobody in baseball, nobody is Luis Arraez, because everybody in this age of baseball strikes out way too much, and they don't hit for average. And if they hit for average, well, I mean, they can't have both. Luis Arraez is both. He never strikes out, and he hits for average, and he's the best hitter in baseball. As far as he's about to win his 3rd straight batting championship, or batting title. Sorry, I'm very tired. He's amazing. He's amazing. All right, let's get some super chats right off the bat here. Since the Mets won, it keeps Braves out of the wild card. That is true. That's true. I don't know though, James, if I would want the Braves out because the Mets scare me just because of how hot they have been. Um, and the last thing you want is a like red hot Mets team in the postseason. Now you wouldn't face them potentially until like the CS, but we all know what happened in 2022. Phillies got in as a 6, and they were red hot. Well, not going into the postseason that year, but they got red hot in the postseason, and we all know what happened there. So I kind of want the Braves to make it because I feel like they're a better matchup if they were to face the Padres. The two teams that I'm scared of the most are the Phillies and the Mets. That's right. That's it right there. Dodgers, yeah, if you want to put them in there, fine. But Padres have played the Dodgers extremely well this entire season. They don't scare me, and I hope I don't have to eat my words there. But truthfully, the two teams in the National League that scare me the most, both of them aren't the none of them's the Dodgers. It's the Mets and the Phillies. Those are the two teams that truly scare me the most. And the good thing is, um, if things are the way they are now, where you're the 4, Padres are the 4, D-backs 5, Mets 6, Phillies 2, Dodgers 1, even though that's not it right now, but I'm just hypothetical. And Brewers 3, you wouldn't have to face the Phillies or the Mets until minimum the CS. So, that I'll take that. I'll take that. All right, let's get to another super here. Matthew, thanks, Matthew, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. He says, bet Campy doesn't make that tag at home. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like, we're not going to see Campy Sano the rest of the season. It's Diaz and it's Higgy. That is the backstop right now for this team. And I like it. You have two vets back there. And it, to me, Diaz, he is better defensively than Campisano, better off. He's just a better player than Campisano right now. Um, so you have an opportunity to upgrade that position behind Higgy, you do it. Even though I would bet that Higgy gets most of the starts in the postseason, if not all of them. If not all of them. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Really appreciate it. Yeah, John's gonna be here in a bit, potentially. I see this in the chat here. Christian says Merrill and Crony need to be swapped in the lineup. Oh, hold on. If you swap Merrill and Cronenworth, then it weakens the bottom of your lineup. It just does. Merrill, you look at the lineup as like 3 different quadrants: top, middle, bottom. And the top of the lineup always probably is going to have your best players. The middle of the lineup ideally has your power guys, with your cleanup hitter being one of your best power guys. And the bottom half of your lineup for most teams is kind of just like the rest. Well, in this situation, because the Padres lineup is so balanced, the top of the lineup, the middle of the lineup, and the bottom of the lineup, I mean, you could say each has strengths. And if you move Jackson up into the middle, 5th, Cronenworth, Higgy, and Peralta and Solano, it's not a terrible bottom of the lineup because I think Solano is really good and Higgy has had a career year. But you add Merrill there, it's great. And then in the middle there, I mean, yes, Cronenworth and Bogey back to back. I understand. But they also, I think, just with what Merrill has done this year in that spot, you keep him there. You just keep him there. He set a record tonight for most extra base hits in franchise history by a rookie. I mean, you keep him where he's at. We'll talk about moving him in the lineup as time goes on. When no, I look pale, dude. I'm white, man. Come on, and plus I got like lights in my face. Here, if I turn this light off, well, that doesn't help. There we go. Like I have a giant light in my face. Um. So yeah, I'm not on radio for a reason. Okay. Um. Let's look here in the chat. Yeah, I mean, you move Maryland, then you're right. You're kind of top heavy a little bit. Not really, because it'd be 1 through 5 instead of like 1 through 3. 1 through 3 is top heavy. 1 through 5, that's pretty good. You know, in the future, you next year, right? Next year, Arraez, Toddy. I mean, if you want, you can go Cronenworth, or you can go Merrill. Screw it. You go Arraez, Toddy, Merrill, and Manny. Pretty damn good. Thanks for that. Let's get to some more super chats here. Carson, thanks for the super, buddy. Appreciate it. I love the relievers only throwing 42 pitches. Yeah, well, that helps when you have a starter give you at least 6 innings, because Dylan Cease, his last month plus here, has not been good. He just hasn't. Now, 6 innings, 4 runs, like that's a stress. That's a little bit. It's not what you ask for. That's what happened the last time out against the Giants. But tonight, 6 innings and no runs. He pitched beautifully. Like 10 strikeouts. His location was really good, minus the first batter of the game, or the first inning. The first inning was a little off. After the first inning, kicked it into another gear, and his stuff was very crisp and it was very good. And having 10 strikeouts in the night, double-digit strikeouts. Hopefully, this leads to consecutive starts of this Dylan Cease, because you want to see this Dylan Cease for the rest of the season. For the remaining 14 games, he would get, I think, 2 or 3 more starts, probably 2 more starts, and into the postseason. I mean, he's had a fantastic year. Really, really, really good season. It's 13-11 with a 3.58 ERA, 215 strikeouts, a 109 whip, 176 innings pitched. He's going to reach close to the 190 inning mark. Dude's a workhorse. Thanks, Matthew, for the super chat. Any hot takes about this team, Jim? Well, I mean, hot takes. They're going to win the World Series. Like, I mean, I think they're going to, I truly believe that they're going to make a run in the postseason. I mean, I don't think it's a hot take. I would be very surprised if they lost 2 straight in the wild card and got bounced very quickly. So I don't really have any hot takes on this team right now. I mean, watching good baseball and talking about a really, really, really good team, and it's fun because it's fun to cover a baseball team that is good and has a chance to win a World Series, because everybody wants to celebrate a parade here, and this town would be on fire. Like we saw 2022. I was right in the middle of it, downtown every day. I mean, the town was on fire, metaphorically speaking. It was amazing. And for a town that doesn't have that many sports, it comes far. It just, when you have an opportunity for that to happen, take advantage of it, and you savor every moment, because you don't have the seasons of sports like basketball and NFL and hockey. Like, you got one time. That's it. The only time this town will be like crazy. I mean, I think this town was pretty hyped for the Aztecs going to the Final Four in the national championship game, but Padres different level. And the only time that can happen is during October. So yeah, I don't have any other than that. There's really hot takes. E-Racing with Dale, thanks for the super chat. He says, can't really complain about Xander. He has been hitting great. Agree with Jim. Leaving Merrill at 7 makes the entire lineup dangerous. Yeah, you leave him at 7, you get no breaks, like none. And I'm not saying you get a break even with Merrill not hitting seventh because truly, like Solano gives you a great at bat every single time. Higgy is dangerous. He got 16 homers on this season, and at any moment he can hit one out. Elias Diaz might be like your softest part of the lineup, but that's one guy. And Xander Bogaerts, while yes, his overall numbers this year are going to look awful. To your point, e-racing with Dale, his last week here, he's got an 800 plus OPS. So, like, while his overall numbers are shit for this season, and they will be, I mean, you're going to look in like 5 years, you're going to look at the back of Xander's card and it's going to be like that 2024 season really sucked. Now, if they win the World Series and he ends up having a great postseason, who cares? Right? Who cares? But yeah, I mean, his numbers this year 263, 9 home runs, a 683 OPS. Like, he's making 26 million a year. He's got 38 RBIs on the season. But he's played really solid the second half. He's not been like great. He's not been horrible. He's been solidly decent. Like, he's just kind of getting the job done, but he's not like really truly impacting the game at the plate like a Manny Machado is, or like a Jackson Merrill or Fernando Tatis Jr. And maybe he'll never do that again, which is another issue. But at this moment in time, it's not about that. It's about the team, and it's about winning games, and it's about, making a run for a World Series. And I guarantee you, Xander has a good postseason, and Xander comes up with big time hits in the postseason and, memorable moments from Xander Bogaerts. They win a World Series. Nobody will give a shit about what he did in the regular season. Nobody. All people will care about and remember is his postseason run. It's just kind of a fact. Thanks to the super. Appreciate it. Let's see what's happening in the chat right now. So it's always like when we do solo shows. Yes, Chad, put my ones up. OTC is back. Like when we do solo shows, it's always one of those things like, all right, I gotta really focus on what the chat is saying. Because like when John's here, like I can listen to him and like we can focus, but I can like see the chat and kind of see what's going on. I gotta like go back here and read some stuff because it just flows. Uffin McGrain, bro, are you in the wrong YouTube channel? I think you might be in the wrong YouTube channel. Jackson Merrill World Series MVP. We got to get there first. My favorite Imperial Beach taco shop. That is a really good question. And as of right now, it's a very easy one because Darren Smith, shout out. He told me about this taco shop that's right next to my house, and I ate there for the first time like a week ago. It's La Lotera, Barrera La Lotera. It's off of Imperial Beach Boulevard, and oh my god, it is fucking amazing. Amazing. So good. So yeah. Oh, Brisk agreed with me. I don't know what he agreed with me on, but agreed with me. It's cool. Let's get this here. La Lotera. Yeah. La Lotera. I know Tacos El Gordo is amazing too. It's great. That's also like a chain. Like there's a good amount of Tacos El Gordo. I love Tacos El Gordo. Trust me. I love that place. But if I'm just talking like, singular family owned place, La La Terra is mwah, delicious. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look who it is. Hold on. Okay. Look at that.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, look at your room. Must be
Look at
nice,
my room. Should I show everyone around?
Mr. Like I hang out in like suites and
Yeah, it's a nice room. Yeah, I agree.
are you being too loud or are you gonna wake up anybody on the
No,
JD
it's
list there?
10:30. We're good. We're good. I'm not waking anyone up. The freaking Korea series is at 4 in the morning, dude.
Yeah, and I specifically remember, hold on. I specifically remember that's right. Wait, hold on. I'm
I think I'm already
confused.
using the other side.
I'm confused. Yeah, there we go. I remember you saying, I can't be loud because I'm gonna wake
Yeah,
somebody
I didn't
up.
want. They were in the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
Like I'm not waking people at 2 in the morning, but I'm good right now, man.
All right. All right.
What's happening? What's going on here tonight? I was at the big game.
Yeah,
First trip to Oracle in San Francisco. I was thoroughly impressed.
it's
It
a beautiful
had
ballpark.
It is. I mean, similarities and differences to Petco, but a great ballpark. I think they both have their pros. Really good crowd, really good atmosphere. I wasn't expecting it to be as full as it was, but it is a Friday night. It was a great crowd. Good amount of Padres fans, tons of Giants fans, and it was. I mean, the Padres really. It's exactly what we talked about 4 hours ago, Jim, on John and Jim at 5:30. Like Dylan Cease, you want to win with Dylan Cease looking good, and Dylan Cease was terrific, and they won the game. I mean, that's the perfect outcome for the Padres tonight as they, keep getting closer to the postseason.
Yeah, I said that even though the Mets and the Braves won tonight with Dylan Cease pitching lights out,
Hmm.
you pick up the win. Arizona loses and the Dodgers lose. So you gain ground on both of those teams. You pass
Yep.
Arizona in the standings. Tonight felt like one of those pretty close to perfect nights, truthfully,
I
because
mean,
you still stay ahead of the Mets and the Braves. Nothing changes there because you match what they do, and you gain ground on the Dodgers. Even though I know it's kind of a pipe dream, but hey, they still lost, so it's fine as long as you keep winning. That's all that matters. And the big one of the night is Arizona losing to Milwaukee.
yeah, and then like some of the things like we talked about Cease, we wanted to see him pitch well. He did. I mentioned a couple of times over the last 1 or 2 days, Jackson Merrill had been like one for his last 19. He's got a big game tonight. I mean,
Slumps
he's hitting
over.
balls and yeah, slumps over. I mean, the Luis Arraez season is just like, I mean, clearly he's healthy. I think they said a couple of months ago, like the ligament's the ligament. I mean, clearly he's healthy
Oh,
because
yeah.
I mean, everything he hits is hard and everything's going for a base hit. I have no clue what he's done here over like his last 7 to 14 games, but it's absurd. And he's up to 320. He's going to win this National League batting title potentially by 10 plus points. So, yeah, I just thought it was impressive. I mean, this was the series they kind of have to win. And who knows? I mean, they took game one from San Francisco, I think, last week when they lost the Saturday and Sunday
Yeah.
games. But tonight they take game one, and they're not facing Logan Webb on Sunday like they did a week ago. So I think they're well positioned to win this series, and they need to win this series now.
You want to know? I mean, listen to these splits from Arraez, and these are just off of
Yep.
MLB.com. So his last 15 games, John, he's 30 for 66.
Yeah. So what's that, like 444 or something?
He's hitting 455,
Mm.
493 on base, slugging 485, whatever. But I was talking about it earlier in the show. He had 3 hits tonight. He had a walk even, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That Luis Arraez, if you love advanced analytics, you're not probably a big Luis Arraez fan. If you're a big WAR guy, if you're a big like slugging guy and power and all that shit, right? Probably not the biggest Luis Arraez fan, but the thing is, Luis Arraez has a skill set that nobody in baseball has, and it's like such a weapon. he never strikes out. He never strikes out.
Ridiculous.
And
Ridiculous.
there's not one other person in baseball that is like him. So, like, when you have a skill set like that, and you also hit for a very high average, like, oh, by the way, I never strike out, I hit for a high average. I mean, he is like the modern day, truly Tony Gwynn, as far as his contact, never striking out, hitting for a high average. You know, I think Tony was obviously a better better rounded player for sure. Obviously, duh. But the two skill sets that Tony excelled at the most was he never struck out, hit for a high average. And he's Mr. Padre, and he's a Hall of Famer, and he was considered one of the best players of his generation. And Luis Arraez does the exact same thing, and nobody in baseball does it. Not one. You can't find me one player in baseball that has hits for a high average and never strikes out.
Yeah, I mean, he won't be celebrated the same way. A couple of reasons. I mean, the game has changed over those 40 years or 30 years since Tony Gwynn, and also Tony did it obviously in one uniform. And Arraez is, it's almost unprecedented what he's going to do here. 3 batting titles for 3 teams hasn't happened, and he's going to do it in 3 consecutive years. But yeah, I mean, I think if this guy was playing in like 1977, he'd be among the more celebrated players in the game. And if he maybe played, his whole career in one spot, maybe he'd be more celebrated as well. But again, if you're a fan of his team, you kind of understand what he means to a team as well. I see where are we on the super chats? Let me get to Mark Nimitz, and then we get to some of these super chats. Guys, as you know, but can this be the night we get to 7,000 subscribers? What do we need to do?
We're trying, man. We're 15 away. We're 15 away. We got almost 400 people live on a Friday night.
I'm freaking going from the Muni to the Bart to the this to the that. Can we get to be on the show? So let's get to 7,000 subscribers. We're 15 away, like Jim said. Can't do this without the support of you guys here, live and on replay. Can't do this as well without our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. Just wouldn't be possible. So we thank you, Mark, for your longtime support of the channel. We've told you for a long time, he's a great insurance agent. You can take that from us. I've got homeowners and life insurance and earthquake insurance with Mark, and you can as well. He can save you a lot of money, like $750 or more just by switching. If you ever need him, he's going to be there for you. If you have to file a claim, he's going to save you time. He's going to save you money. How do I know? I filed a claim in 2022. He saved me time. He saved me money. So he's a great insurance agent. And beyond that, he's a lifelong Padres fan and a native San Diegan. And you can get to his website by clicking the link in the description down below. And again, if you support the channel, please support Mark Nimitz. You can call him. He'll talk to you about the Padres. He'll talk to you about saving money on whatever your insurance is, auto, home, renter's life, whatever it is. Get in contact with their title sponsor, Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, all this information is on the ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
All right, so where are we here on these supers?
Let me see here. Well, we are right here.
Do you still think?
Oh, no. Sorry. We're right here. Sorry. I think I did this one.
Can't we play Dale?
Yeah, I did this. I did
Okay.
E-Racing with Dale.
Thanks, Dale.
Do you still Jiraco?
Yeah, Jiraco 30. I mean, I'm really not overly worried about the division. I still feel like 4.5 games is a good number of games with 14 games to play. It's not impossible because we've talked about wild swings, and you do have 3 against LA. So maybe you win all 3, or even 2 out of 3 puts you in a position where maybe you can overcome it. But I just don't see it as the primary concern tonight. I think maybe it's something we talk about a day from now, or 2 days from now, or 3 days from now, depending on how this all shakes out. But if you're 4.5 games back in the division, but your wild card lead is, smaller than that, 3.5 games over Atlanta, I'm just thinking more about the wild card today. Maybe that changes as they inch closer. If they get that thing down to 2.5, I think that changes. But at 4.5, it's still a little bit out of arm's reach, in my opinion.
I said before you got on, like, you get to Tuesday after the 4-game series that the Dodgers have with the Braves, and I don't know how it would have to line up where, like, you're 2.5 backs, however the math, whatever,
something like that.
You're 2.5 back on Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
then we're talking here, because I said you get to the Dodgers series. No, you have to be 3 games back or less to give yourself.
With 6 to play.
Yeah, to give yourself any thought about it.
If you're 4 out with 6 to play, it's not going to happen, obviously.
No. and it has to be the start of that Dodger series. So the start of that Dodger series, if you are 2 back, game on. 3 back, there's a tiny glimmer of hope. 4 back, it's no. I don't. I'm not even thinking about it really.
Yep. No, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Get this
All
here.
right, Zach. Appreciate the super chat. He says, "I think Arraez catches Jim's boy Witt for most hits." I want to say,
Imagine a team with Bobby Witt Jr. and Luis Arraez on it. Oh.
yeah, that'd be a good combination. Bobby Witt has 8 more hits. The way Arraez has swung the bat, I mean, is it impossible? No, but that's a good number of hits in 14 games to make up. You got to have 8 more hits than Bobby Witt, 9 actually more hits than Bobby Witt to make that up. So I don't know, but I mean, Arraez has just been incredible. He really has. I don't know how many hits he's capable of in the next 14 games. 30 probably. It's a possibility the way he's playing. So
like
maybe.
Bobby Witt Jr., he leads the league in average. He's hitting 332. He has struck out 99 times. Luis Arraez leads the National League in batting average. He has struck out 26 times.
That's great. 26 strikeouts in today's game is crazy.
So, just again, the point, like, you will not find a player in baseball that hits for as high of an average as Luis Arraez and strikes out as much as a Luis Arraez. The only other person that you could say that about is like I just said, Bobby Witt. And that's why I looked. Dude's gonna have over 100 strikeouts in the year. Still still great number.
Yeah,
In
that's
today's
very
game.
normal. I mean, that's not uncommon. See, I mean, him striking out 100 times doesn't concern me at all. Hitting
No,
330, and that's a common practice. These guys don't strike out 30 times in a year like Arraez is going to strike out this year. That's just unheard of. I mean, that really is Tony Gwynn in a nutshell, is what it is, and that's unheard of. He's just been incredible. I don't know what he's going to get in arbitration, but he's worth it, whatever it is.
yeah.
James, thank you for the super chat and the membership. Appreciate you guys. Please subscribe. We're working towards 7,000 with your help. If we could get there tonight, that'd be awesome.
13 away.
13. We could celebrate together from the Bay, from San Diego, everywhere in between. It could be like a whole California celebration potentially. Yeah. Okay. So he says Arraez finally walked. Woohoo! It's the double bonus. It's the double bonus. You win, you get a walk, you get 3 hits. I mean, the walk might be worth more than the win.
I mean,
Would you prefer he walked twice and they lost, or he walked once and they won?
well, see, the thing is, John, if they win and he doesn't walk, does it even count?
Great point.
So
I think the answer is yes.
I think the answer is yes too.
Grit Squad, appreciate you. It was field level at Oracle tonight. By the way, whoever came up to me and started talking about the wrap-up show and then started talking to me about Memphis and the Pac-12, it was good to catch up on the 300 level at Oracle Park. But Grit Squad saying a good amount of San Diego fans. Yeah, I agree. There were a good amount. I actually was expecting more where I was in the stadium, but there were a good amount. Scott's stuff looked electric. It did when he came on. Tatis's home run was one of the hardest hit balls I've ever seen. Man, he is locked in right now, hitting for power. I had the outfield assist. I know it kind of rolled around out there and right, but started that outfield assist as well. I mean, he's just completely locked in at the plate and in the field. He got hit, here tonight as well, but he's locked in.
He's back. He's back. I mean, his last 3 games are his best 3 games consecutively, like maybe all season long.
3 years or something. Yeah.
Like seriously, maybe he's done it, but I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head the last time he hit home runs in back-to-back games.
By the way, I'm going to real quick shout out. I'm going to cover up the code so nobody steals it. Shout out, like this was the giveaway walking in. Buy 1 ticket, get 1 companion pass free.
Where?
From Alaska?
At Oracle?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like it's like a $400 giveaway. I mean, if you fly out east, you fly to like New York City on Alaska, companion fare free. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. How are I mean, I don't think they'd be like willingly like, hey, it's a $400 giveaway.
Well, I mean, it's not $400 giveaway, but I thought that was a good deal. Maybe it's I don't know if it's a one-way or round trip, but I thought it was a good deal. Free companion pass.
How you didn't ever tell me how are the garlic fries?
I think my breath is garlicky.
Yeah, because they load that thing up.
They were very good. I've eaten very oddly today with the travel. I had garlic fries, a soft pretzel, and water.
Of
And
course.
then for the lunch, they gave me our lunch. Our chartered lunch had all kinds of random things, including a turkey sandwich that I didn't eat. So I've eaten very oddly today.
Oh, look at you. Did you sit front of the plane or
Oh, and
back
our
of the plane?
charter was Alaska.
Shout out Alaska.
Shout out Alaska. It was great.
You
I
love
sat.
Alaska.
Here's the cool thing about this charter. There's 34 rows. Players enter in the front. I think staff entered in the back. It was just so easy. Like I entered at row 34 and just came right into like row 29. Didn't have to go all the way back. It's great. Everything was
And then you
great.
probably, I'm sure, exited.
So you
Like,
same way. So I
yeah.
like went 3 rows back and then boom.
So what you're saying
Buses
is chartered flights
they're way
are
better.
nice?
Yeah, it was incredible. They're always great.
They're
Carson,
always
thank you.
great. Oh shit, they're always
NCAA
great.
tournament. NCAA tournament. They're great.
Okay, must be nice.
In fact, I don't want to do the BOGO with Alaska. I just want to charter their airplane and take it myself wherever I
Yeah,
want to
that's
go.
fine. Just take all the rows up. It's cool.
Take all the rows up. You can come. We can bring our wrap-up show viewers. If we get to 7,000 subscribers, I'll send an email off to Alaska.
Okay, cool.
Carson wants to know how tiring is announcing. I'm not sure what kind of question. Like what we do for a living.
How tiring is announcing?
All we do is this announcing?
I don't know. I
How
feel
was the
like
show?
it's good.
I listened at 3 p.m. when the plane landed, and it was good. I forget what you were saying. Basically, Dylan Cease needs to be good, and the Padres need a win. And then I didn't listen until you called me at 5:30.
Okay, that was a good show. I mean, uh,
AC say
Padres,
anything?
Aztecs. Kevin mentioned that uh, Hassan Kim, if he returns, he probably would be put back in the starting lineup, but right now doesn't look that great for him. And I did ask him the question of if and when this team makes the postseason and they're a wild card, you got 3 spots with 4
We
pitchers. Who's
always
pitching?
ask him that.
Well, do we?
Yeah, I think it's yes, I
Um,
think so.
well, he told me Musgrove, Darvish, and King, not in any particular order.
Musgrove, Darvish, and King.
That was before we saw
There's no
Dylan Cease.
freaking way.
That was before we saw Dylan Cease tonight, obviously.
His potential is
If
too
it was
real.
predicated on if things remain the same and Dylan Cease has not picked it back up and started to, get back to
Well, what if Dylan
Dylan
Cease
Cease.
becomes like the only pitcher in baseball to do what he's done, which is like this many outings of 6+ shutout innings with this many double-digit strikeout games? I mean, Dylan Cease has to start in that series, and he will start in that
Mhm.
series. Is my
Like,
guess.
you know what's crazy is I was just like thinking about because we talked also about today, you know, uh, the credit for Preller,
Mhm.
because Ken Rosenthal wrote a piece about it
I read
and
it.
and said how much Jesus swallow louder, why don't you? Oh, jeez, man.
Hold on.
Oh, that was bad. Anyway, we're
What
talking
were you
about
saying about?
we're talking about the credit that Preller deserves,
Okay.
and like the moves that he has made this year. Again, Michael King and Dylan Cease are a combined 20. They have 25 wins on the year combined. Now, overall, they're 25-20,
Okay.
but you have 161 innings from Michael King, and you're going to have over 200 strikeouts from him. Right now, with Dylan Cease, you have 176 innings, and you have already 200 plus strikeouts with him. You lost the Cy Young Award winner last year. You lost Seth Lugo, and you lost Michael Wacha. And all offseason, we're like, how are they going to replace this? And he just replaced it with Dylan Cease and Michael King, who have had fantastic seasons. It's incredible. And then obviously the little Reese Arraez pickup, like he's going to win a bat. This is what Preller traded for. He traded for the batting champ. No. Is that tap water in a bottle? No. He traded for the batting champ. He traded for 2 frontline guys. He traded for 2 high-end back-end relievers. I mean, it was just an incredible year from Preller. And we talk about this team all the time and how guys are having incredible years. I mean, and Preller has had an absolutely amazing season.
Yeah, like, right, that's a great point. Like, if Preller was a player, what type of year is this? It's like an MVP caliber
Oh,
year. Yeah,
easily,
because that's
easily.
how good this team has been. I mean, they're not the best team in baseball, but considering the circumstances that they started the year with, they've been among the better teams in baseball. And truthfully, there's not going to be a team in the National League that has created real separation from the Padres all year
Like
long. I mean, they're 4.5 games out of the best record in the National League, and we're 150 games into the year almost. So, yeah, he gets a lot of credit for the way this has turned out. A lot of it.
he completely rebuilt the bullpen. Yuki Matsui leads the team in appearances. Jeremiah Estrada has 55 appearances and a 3.07 ERA on the season. Two
Mhm.
guys, one guy you picked up off the scrap heap, the other guy you signed in a free agent deal. The two pitchers you traded for, Scott, or the three pitchers, Scott, Adam, and Hoeing, have been unhittable. Donovan Solano's a damn near 300 hitter for you. David Peralta has filled in beautifully while Tatis was out. Like, if there was MVPs, I mean, there's executive of the years, but yeah, you give him the executive of the year, give him the whatever. Like, he's been great. If you want to give him another contract extension, go for it because he deserves it off of this season because of how great it has been for him. And I know that there was a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, deservedly so, on him this year to perform. And dude's performed, man.
Can we get back to my primary takeaway tonight, which is how on earth does any human being live in San Francisco where it's freaking freezing? So I went from wherever I am, inland,
Uh-huh.
to gorgeous day. At Walnut Creek, it was 90. I looked, it was 90 degrees earlier today. It was a high of freaking 90. And then I go to this ballpark, which was gorgeous, and it was a very nice night. And the sun sets, and all of a sudden it's 50 degrees, and it's windy. And there's like this, like just fog rolling in, and I'm like, "Who are these? Are all these people polar bears?" It was freaking freezing, is what it was. I don't know how they play there all season long. I'm serious. What do they
Well, it's
wear?
not
Parkas?
it's not cold like that all
Freaking
season
freezing.
long.
But it's September. I wouldn't think this would be the coldest of the times.
San Francisco is just like
Freezing.
now I mean you made it out alive, it looks like.
Yeah,
So
like with frostbite.
that's what Buster Posey was talking about.
Yeah, that's why nobody wants to sign there because it's freaking 2 degrees.
Everyone's got well, it's also like
Whipping.
fall basically is San Diego's winter by like a lot.
Wait, fall is San Diego's winter?
Like up there, when it's fall,
But it's not even like fall, really. It's September
when the calendar
13th.
hits September
Bro,
in the
that's
middle of
summer.
September. I know, but up
Yeah.
there it's different because the fog and the marine layer, like true marine layer.
Right, right, right.
It is as like the cold up there equates to what it would be like down here in the wintertime. And probably colder.
I like that saying, like, I've never been as cold as in a San Francisco summer. I'm like, dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking about like playing for the Giants and dealing with that. Oh, maybe I'm a baby. I'm probably a baby.
You're
I mean, there's other
soft.
cities in America that have, yeah, much worse weather than San
Yeah,
Francisco.
you're soft. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think I'm
know,
soft.
Chicago and Cleveland,
Boston.
Boston,
Yeah. Yeah, it's New York
New
City. Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wore a quarter zip and I was freaking cold. I needed like another quarter. I needed like 2 quarters, like a half zip is what I needed. Um, Thank you, Vicious Pac-Man, for the super. Says, bought so much Adderall for tomorrow's game. Okay. Are we talking about the
Aztec
Padres or
game?
the Aztecs? I asked the guy that stopped me in the concourse if he was going to the Aztec game tomorrow. I said, no, I didn't realize it until I'm up here with some buddies. And I'm like, I didn't really realize that when I was going to be up here for the Cal game that the Padres were up here until I just figured it out, you know.
Yeah, I
There's some
mean
other
it's
people on
a
the trip I saw, like with some of the videographer for San Diego State was there. I saw.
yeah, it's a fun like little trip if you're an Aztec fan and a
Yeah, like
Padres
I wonder
fan
how many fans are doing maybe like both series, like go to San Francisco for a day or two and go to Berkeley for a day or two. You can
because
cover like 3. Yeah.
the flight's easy.
Oh
It's
my
not
gosh, hour and 5 minutes.
it's not expensive at all, I would
Yep.
think.
No, it can't be.
Um,
Not with Oakland and San Francisco, you know. Yeah. By the way, drove by the Coliseum. And as we've all seen, it's not great. It's not doing great. The Coliseum is, and by the way, their last home series is coming up here.
Have you been there?
People were talking about it. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there in around 1999, 2000. I thought it was a disaster.
It's
It was
got much
25 years
worse.
ago. Yeah. But people were talking about what I heard people talking about on the whatever BART. Do they call it the BART or BART?
Just Bart.
But what I heard people talking about on BART was there were people like having like real conversations like, yo, it's gonna be emotional and like, yeah, I got tickets for the third to last game. Yeah, I got tickets to the second last game. Like, oh my god, I have so many memories from that place. Dude, I can't believe this is happening. Like there were like legitimate conversations among Giant fans because they were at the game
Mm.
about going to Oakland because it's the last series ever. I think it's the last homestand in A's history. I think this upcoming week is my guess. I don't know. I didn't look at the schedule, but whenever it is you know in the next 2 weeks. It's just
Yeah.
weird, man. And that place is complete and utter trash. It just looks awful right now.
Yeah. I for the A's, like usually, fans don't like it in most Giants games this year, like hasn't been great attendance wise,
Yeah, I know. I was surprised tonight.
but like that doesn't mean that there's no Giants fans.
No, there's a million Giants fans.
They just don't want to show up for a bad product, like same thing with the A's. Like one, we don't want to show up for a bad product. We don't want to show up for a shitty ballpark, and we don't
Yeah,
want to show up to support a
the
shitty ass
owner.
owner.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Still,
this week though will be different. I think there'll be people there that final series
yeah.
is my guess. But yeah, it's a weird dynamic, as we all know. It's so weird. It's gonna be in Sacramento. It's gonna be 120 degrees. William, thank you. He says, appreciate the generous super chat. He says, was at both Seattle games and the Giants games. Padres have the best fans. Both fan bases are silent and don't cheer. Padres fans showed up for all three games. Both fan. Yeah, it was not a loud crowd. It was a very good crowd tonight. A
Mhm.
very good crowd. But again, they got shut out. Home team gets shut out. That doesn't
They're not.
inspire.
They're not good.
They're not good. And again, like I said, it wasn't. Yeah, it was hard for me to explain. I thought the crowd was a good crowd, but
It's like
there's
this
nothing
with
to get
all.
excited about for them.
It's. I mean, yes, Padres fans right now are amazing,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
as they should, because this team is really really good. So you want to be a part of something special. But we all know how it was in 2011
Sure.
through 2018. You didn't see that
Absolutely.
many Giants fans or Padres fans traveling to Seattle and San Francisco.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just it's like a roller
Ebbs and flows with how
ebbs
your
and flows.
franchise is doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the way the Padres franchise is right now compared to where the Giants franchise is right now,
They're in a good
yeah,
spot.
they're in a very good spot, and Padres fans are gonna wanna travel, and they're gonna wanna go to watch them play on the road, and that's just how it is, and when the Padres inevitably aren't good again, because that's just how ebbs and flows of sports go, right? It's gonna go back the other way, right? Giants fans are gonna overtake Petco and it's vice versa. And it's just that's how it goes. And now you would hope that doesn't happen because you want to have sustained success. And while Manny's here for the next decade, you want like the vision of Peter to reign true is the next decade is the decade of the Padres, right? And that thing just to keep going. But I think in the next 50 years, there's going to be a time when the Padres aren't good.
Yeah, I would.
And same thing with all the other teams. Like it happens to
Yeah, all
everybody.
the teams. I mean, I would say that like the state of you got the three like prominent California franchises right now. Obviously, always the Dodgers. Almost always the Giants would be in the top three. I think over the years the Angels have appeared in the top three. It's been forever for the A's, and they're leaving the state. But I mean, clearly right now, Dodgers, Giants, Padres. I mean, there's just good baseball. There's good fan support. California is a great baseball market. The whole state is and I mean, it's the largest state in the union. One out of every 8 people in the country live here, but it's great for baseball. San Francisco's always supported the Giants. LA has always supported the Dodgers, and San Diego right now is completely all in on the Padres. I mean, for years on end now. We're 5+ years of since Machado's signing that San Diego's head over heels for the Padres. So these are some really, really impressive baseball markets in the state. Let me get to another super here that rolled in. Matthew says Otani or Lindor for MVP. It's going to go to Otani. Lindor's had an amazing year. It's going to go to Shohei Otani. He's going to finish 50-50, right? Or damn near close.
Otani will win it unanimously.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I looked up
As you
Lindor's numbers.
should.
It's been a couple of weeks, but yeah, I mean, I don't see how Otani doesn't win it. And the Mets have been really good, and Lindor's been really good, as we know. JD Gastro, thank you. He says Twins minor league catcher Derek Bender released after deliberately tipping pitches. I heard that story during a playoff push. Deliberately? That's ridiculous. Sixth
I
round
didn't
pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
fully read up on that
crazy.
story,
Yeah, that is
but, like,
crazy, actually.
it reminds me of I saw this on Twitter and it's true, like, you ever watch Major League?
Yeah.
I think it was Major League 2, forget the catcher's name, but he's telling the guy to play the pitch, he's like, "Fastball in."
Right. It's like if you're doing it one time to mess with someone, okay. If you're literally doing it, that's a big time problem for everyone involved. That's interesting. I didn't fully realize the story. I'd heard it, but it was like
Yeah.
cursory. I just glanced over it. All right, we're gonna get back to the conversation. Do you want to remind our viewers? I don't have any Mova globes in Berkeley.
Well, you're in luck
But
because I got one right here. Boom. How you
you
doing?
if you ever come in the charter gym, you got to bring that. You got to bring that with you.
I was just bringing it everywhere with me, right?
Look at that thing, man. Look at that. If you don't have a MOVA, in fact, I got an email today from Michael. Hold on, because I keep telling everyone that the Padres have the best record in baseball since MOVA Globes came on board. By the way, use promo code PWS10. You're getting 10% off. PWS10, 10% off. Click the link in the description down below. They have all 30 major league teams. So he says, "Hey John, I heard you mention it a few times. That'll be fun to check. Since the first show we did on June 14th, the Padres actually have the fourth best record in baseball. They're 45-30, but that's really good. They're 45-30, and that includes a 5-game losing streak to start the
Mm.
campaign. So since the 5-game losing streak, they're 45-25.
Is that good? I remember when we first started, they, like, couldn't win a baseball
Yeah,
game,
we're
and
like, dude, we got to get rid of
it's
the
like the Mova
MOVA.
Globe's the
It
problem.
was it was like the Madden curse.
Don't talk to me of
But
the Madden curse.
oh, I know. McCaffrey's out for this season, I read today. Or the next week or this Sunday.
His career's
But
over.
anyways, since that 5-game losing streak, the Padres are 45-25. That is the second best record in baseball. That's over 70 games. Over the last 70 games, the Padres are second among 30 teams in overall record. So anyway, the point is pick up a MOVA Globe. Great way to support the channel. They have all 30 major league teams. The company based in San Diego. The technology invented in Cardiff by the Sea in North County. All 30 teams, including the Padres. Click the link in the description down below. Pick one up while you can. A great gift idea. They really are. Phenomenal gift idea. Great for the home office, work home. Your kids are going to love them. Promo code PWS10.
Yeah, pick up a Mova Globe today for your desk, work desk, home office, bookshelf, nightstand. It's great for Padres fans. It's great for baseball fans. If for a gift for a family member, Mova Globes is the way to go. PWS10 is our promo code. Pick one up today. They're awesome. Once you get one, you're like, oh, this is so cool. You put it in your house, put it, somewhere you have memorabilia. It's great. So pick one up today.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. All right, back to this conversation. Where are we on our quest for 7,000?
I saw this. I just wanted to pull it. I always love
Yeah.
these ones. This guy W is like, nobody in SoCal cares about the Giants or A's. How I can tell you both aren't from San Diego. Okay.
W, you've been the most annoying person here in the chat. I've been considering blocking you for like the last 9 minutes, but I don't care. But you're like, the Pac-12 sucks. The Padres suck. The Giants suck. You suck. Shut up. Nobody cares. Be respectful or leave. We literally could care less if you're here.
Clown.
What are you talking about? What? No, I didn't make some. First of all, you're an idiot. I'm going to tell you, that's like saying nobody in Northern California cares about the Dodgers or the Padres. That's stupid. That's dumb. People do. And people in Southern California do care about the Giants. You want to know why? Because people in Southern California are from Northern California. And let me tell you another secret. People from Southern California live in Northern California. That's how life works. There's a lot of jobs in both parts of the state. They're highly, they're very strong economic centers for the country. There's a lot of people in Southern California from Northern California, bud, and vice versa. Hate to break
And
it to you. And that's okay.
Yeah, and
Get a
breaking
clue.
news for you, buddy. Yeah, no shit. I was born somewhere else. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just like,
You know what? And that's on you because your parents did that. You
yeah.
chose that.
I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, why couldn't you have like birthed me in San Diego?"
Yeah. Nobody in SoCal cares about the Giants or A's. Well, nobody cares about the A's. Tough guy. And secondly, how come when I went to a Padres games in 2017 and there were 24,000 people in the building, 20,000 of them were wearing orange?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
I
Just
I hope
because?
I hope you're still in the chat and you weren't a coward and
He's a
left.
troll. He's a clown.
If you're still here, let us know, W.
He's a clown.
Yes.
Arthur, thank you. He says, and the next time I see a comment from you, I'm going to block you anyway. So, Arthur, so you might want to stay silent.
True. Yeah.
He says if San Diego plays the Diamondbacks, then well, now there's a team that has no fans. By the way, like again, in following
Truly.
the Padres, you don't typically see Diamondback fans, even off a
You've
World
never
Series
seen
appearance.
D-backs fans take over Petco Park. Not
No,
one
never. And
time.
I've seen Dodgers fans, I've seen Giants fans, I've seen Padres fans in Los Angeles, I've seen Padres fans in San Francisco, I've seen Padres fans in Oakland, but I don't see Diamondback fans in San Diego. He says if San Diego plays the Diamondbacks in the wild card, we're going to take over Chase Field. Live wrap-up show from Phoenix. I think it's a fair point. We've talked about that. I think
Yep.
you'd have 20,000 people, Padres
For
fans.
sure. Oh, for sure. I think the proximity works out perfectly. Arizona, 5-hour drive or a quick plane trip there.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
And yeah, I would 20,000 fans in Arizona for sure.
Yeah, it's very realistic.
Yeah, fair. And unfortunately, no wrap up show in Phoenix because
No,
we have jobs here and we have families here, so we couldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want them to play a wild card series in Phoenix. I think at this point they're fully capable of being the top wild card, and
Yep.
that should be the goal. And otherwise, it is disappointing. And we'll be excited once they're in,
Right.
but the goal should be to win, secure the top wild card is the goal right now, based on how they're playing.
Right.
So, what else, Jim? I mean, the story is ceased. The story is winning this series. The story is getting back home. The story is staying in front of Arizona and putting pressure on LA and just closing this thing out and keeping guys healthy and putting this thing in position to win, 2 weeks from now when the postseason is basically here.
Yeah, I mean, you just keep taking care of business and you are in the driver's seat. It's not like the biggest of margins here. I mean, it's only a half game. So like
not at all.
If on that off day Arizona wins, then they make up that half game. It doesn't matter, right? You're neck and neck.
Yep.
So you just take care of business. I feel like you control your own destiny still, because if you take care of business, then you will beat the Diamondbacks and then you will eventually capture the 4 seed and host here at Petco Park, and it would be electric.
Be awesome.
You'd have the potential. And Eric Grupner's sitting there just like, please, I need money. Having, if you made the World Series, obviously I'm thinking big picture here, you'd have 4 playoff series at Petco Park. That's insane.
Yeah, complete insanity. JD Gacho, I apologize because I did miss the super, so thank you, man, for your longtime support of the channel. Seriously, we do appreciate it.
There's only 2 in 2022, John. Remember, there's only 2 playoff series, like rounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Division and NLCS.
Yeah, because of the wild card. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was still. I mean, how many overall home games was that? That was 4, right?
4. That was it. 4.
Yeah, 4
and
home.
You could have,
you're right. If you get a wild card series out of this, that's 3 to start potentially.
You'd have 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean,
you could have 11 playoff games at Petco.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, anything at 4+ is a lot. Like, you get 4 or 5 home playoff games. You've had a good year. JD Gaucho, thank you. He says that Bender, we're talking about him, the guy that got DFA'd or whatever, matched to Coastal Carolina. Now he's done. He maybe go back to Coastal Carolina if he's still got college eligibility. Maybe the Padres will pick him up. My guess is they probably won't.
Is Coastal Carolina an option for the Pac-12?
It's actually funny you said. The answer is no. They're in Myrtle Beach, but they're a pretty good football brand. I love it. I don't think the Pacific 12 will have a team that literally touches the Atlantic Ocean, but then again, the ACC has Cal and Stanford, and they touch the Pacific Ocean. So
how many?
That's funny.
Like, truthfully, how many podcasts have you listened to in the last 3 days of
hold on.
Pac-12?
Let's see what my podcast is. What's my podcast on? Latest episodes. Oh,
what is
I'm listening to?
What does it say?
The Athletic. Pac-12 rises from the ashes.
Of course it is.
That's what I was listening to. But there's many more I've already listened to. John Canzano, VSiN, Locked On College Football. I've listened to a few.
Like, you guys have to understand, there's 3 things in John's brain right now, and it's just a constant cycle. 1,
It's like
Padres.
Padres,
2, San Diego State
Aztec,
football, and
and then
3,
realignment.
Pac-12 college football realignment. That's it.
Put
That's all he
in
thinks
the
about.
chat. Nobody cares. No, everyone's here for the Padres, but if you have a Pac-12 expansion target that you'd like to be considered, just put it in the chat.
Because John wants to know, and he wants to have a conversation about it.
I want this thing done. I'm not going to. We don't need to talk about it, but I want to see what people.
If
have
John
to say.
didn't have Kristen and Jones,
4 look at this real quick.
4
tap water quality. This is purified, by the way.
That's true. Tap water quality. Yeah, exactly. How many, like, just.
If I was single, dude.
Oh my God.
If I was single, all I would do. Most single people, they're dating, they're doing this, they're doing that. I don't care. I mean, I'll figure out that with time, but that's nowhere near my top priorities. I'm just consuming like content and like I'm creating content. Everything else. I'm doing the same thing I'm doing now, and I'm not feeling as guilty because I have a wife and a child.
Right, but at a higher level, like a higher clip.
Much higher level. I'd be churning way more stuff out.
Like every day, at least like 5 to 10 videos.
I'd be like the 44-year-old Ben Fadden. I would be. Like, imagine Ben, but double his age, and he's still doing the exact same thing.
Ben's gonna look like you when he's 44 years old.
He's probably only half my age.
He's like 20. He's like 21 or something.
21, 22. Yeah.
I'm the 44-year-old Ben Fadden.
I'd be the 44. We'd be called 44-year-old Pac-12 lover and virgin. It would be like a movie about a guy who just shares that content.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
I mean, what is the difference?
44.
What's the difference between me and Ben Fadden? I have a wife.
You have a wife and a kid?
Yeah.
And a job?
I have a job, but I can't commit as much time to the like YouTube game. Chucky D, thanks, man. He says, can we just bottle this Dylan Cease and let him out every 5 days? Yes. We have done that a couple times this year. He's been bottled a few times, but then he's gotten out, unfortunately, a few times too.
Yeah.
He's tough to read, isn't he, dude? Like, he can be so dominant.
I thought after that first inning, I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, walks the first batter on 4 pitches. You're like, what the dude? What are we doing, dude?
Yeah, I know.
And then he just completely dominates after the first inning. Like, just completely dominates. So he definitely has a little bit of a Blake Snell in him. Not to the extreme, because Blake Snell is an extreme, like, he just threw 42 pitches in the first. Like, you're not going to see that from Dylan Cease. But he has the characteristic of just kind of losing it. You know, like, oh my God, he was on, and then he just kind of lost it. Jesus
Thank you,
Christ,
Jesus, for swinging by.
Thanks, Jesus. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for joining the chat tonight.
Yeah, thanks for the water wine talk.
Make sure to bless the Aztecs for to pick up a win tomorrow in Cal.
If you subscribe, does that count as more than one?
Jesus, can you get us to 7,000 subs?
No, he can't because we're 12 short.
Oh, God. Jesus
Christ. JD Gotcha, thanks, man. He says if Colorado State can claim the Denver market, I asked for this, Jim. I asked for it.
You did.
Can you see Santa Barbara claim the LA market? We're less than 100 miles away. I hate to put this to you, JD Gotcha. No chance in hell.
No chance. Like,
no chance in hell.
Like no chance.
0 chance. Yeah.
Bruce T chimes in.
Yeah.
UNLV and UTSA.
People have their opinions.
Hey, UNLV.
What happened? UNLV, like, what's their deal? They have 2 wins over Pac-12, or excuse me, Big 12 teams.
I said it the day we said the day that this got announced. Like, if I'm UNLV, I'm sitting there like, what the hell?
What about us?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have a successful basketball program, and the football program is on the rise, and we have the facility to back it up.
Dude, they won at Houston 27-7. They won at Kansas 23-20. Like, that's pretty damn good.
And wouldn't you want the Raiders Stadium is part of your
I don't
conference?
know. That's a good question. I don't know because I don't know what their revenues are because they're basically like a renter. So I don't know if that's. I have no idea. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, the Raiders Stadium is great.
I mean, if you couldn't figure out a way to have the Pac-12 title game like in Vegas,
Last year was just because they had the best record in the league. They just put in best record for football now. That could change. Yeah, I mean, Vegas is also good for the basketball championship.
it just kind of
Um,
makes sense, right? Like, hey, UNLV basketball, we have the Pac-12 tournament at T-Mobile, and then we have the Pac-12 title game at Allegiant Stadium. That'd be dope.
that'd be really cool. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good idea. A lot of Gonzaga talking here right now. A lot of Gonzaga talk. Okay, while we have a moment, do you want to attack? Go south of the border? Never heard of them, but I like it. While we have a moment, Jim, I do want to remind our viewers about Underdog Fantasy because they've got great offers going on, especially right now for week 2 of the NFL. Get those in right now by using promo code PODSWRAP, and you're going to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash if you use promo code PODSWRAP. That is PADSWRAP. Again, PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Underdog truly is going crazy with their NFL offers. Their Padres pick'ems. You can combine sports. You can do MLB with the Padres, and then Sunday with your favorite NFL team, Raiders, Cowboys, Niners, whoever it is, and you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, a 50% deposit match, a free discounted pick. They've got all kinds of offers for you right now. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, and take advantage today.
There it is, right there. There's the QR code. Scan the QR code. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Very simple.
Yeah.
We are looking at this weekend. CeeDee Lamb is the play, higher than a half total yard there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You said that. Yep.
And you can win lots of money by doing that.
So they'll
So,
give you Lamb. You just pick Lamb, you win,
mhm.
and then all you have to do is pair it or with one other pick.
Yep.
Like you say, Arraez higher than a half hit tomorrow, or 1.5 total bases, and you get a higher on that,
Mhm.
you're a winner.
You have here's the plays for this weekend in the NFL. All right. CeeDee
Okay.
Lamb. These are the as that's the gimme pick, higher than
Mhm.
a half total yard. And then you have two discounted picks. Or sorry, one discounted pick in 49 and a half total yards for Devontae Adams. And then you have another gimme pick with higher than a half total yard for Caleb Williams. So
Like I
you
said
pick one of
earlier
the
this week, I feel like he's going to throw for more than a half yard this week.
so I'm gonna pick one of those. All right. Let's just do this right
Mhm.
here. Um I'm going to add, let's see here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to pick that game. Why is this not doing this? Come on. Sorry, hold on. All right. Let's go to Detroit. All right. We'll go with Baker Mayfield higher than a 1.5 passing touchdowns. We'll go with Jameer Gibbs, higher than 48 and a half, 45 and a half rushing yards. Sam Laporta, let's go higher than a half receiving touchdown. That's four guys right there. And so $10 pays out 119.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Down. Give me that.
Don't you think?
Yeah, there we go.
I like it. All right, let's do this again Sunday night, following Padres Giants, following game 3 of the series. As you know, we take our Saturdays off, although you can listen to us on San Diego Sports 760 for San Diego State and Cal. That'll be Saturday night at 7:30. You can watch it on ESPN, by the way. Aztecs and Cal coming up on Saturday night at 7:30. But again, Padres, we've got a wrap-up show for you Sunday night at 9:30. By the Mauricio, thank you. He says Manny's insurance review was nasty. Why does trainer come out when the ball nicks a pitcher, but not when the center fielder gets blasted by the wall? Good question. That's a very good question. Manny's been so red hot. It's just
Oh,
been great to see. It's just been great. It really has.
yeah, he's been incredible. Like you said, since the day I talked to Kevin about this today, like
It's like
that day could live in infamy in Padres lore of like the Tim Tebow rant that they like framed and put in Gainesville. Like
yeah.
you could put this rant that Manny had and like a plaque at Petco Park if they like win the World Series, and he like wins the World Series MVP.
You're not kidding, man. He's been unbelievable. He really has. I don't know if people nationally have noticed it. It's not Ohtani, it's not Judge in conversation. He hasn't done it for a full season, but his half season is just really, really solid. So Mauricio, thank you, man. Appreciate
Hey,
you.
Judge hit a home run tonight. Finally,
I saw. I know. I did.
no big deal, just a grand slam.
Yeah, just like his first home run in like a month.
I'm sure Yankees fans are happy about that.
Oh, I'm sure they are. All right. When we wake up, with your help, because people watching this either on live or on replay, let's see if we get to 7,000 subscribers. We're 11 away. So if you wouldn't mind, stretch run for the Padres postseason is a couple of weeks away. Please subscribe. We have year-round content for Padres fans. So please subscribe. Year-round content for Padres fans. We truly appreciate you. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Please smash the like button for us. Thank you for the super thanks if you're here on replay. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. If you have an insurance need, let Mark help you. Click the link in the description down below. Mova Globes, get 10% off with promo code PWS10. That's PWS10. Mova Globes, click that link in the description down below. And Underdog Fantasy, up to $1,000 in bonus cash, free discounted pick going on right now if you use promo code PODSWRAP. That is PADSWRAP. Again, PADSWRAP. What happened to W? All right, we'll see you Sunday night at 9:30. For Jim, I'm John. Padres win by the Bay, 5-0. This has been the wrap-up show. Thanks, guys.